This new TurnaSure DVD has several sections and deals with the factors that influence the correct installation of preloaded bolts and nuts. In many bolting applications, the installation is critical as the need for the correct tensioning of fasteners is not fully appreciated and the effects are not often understood. This DVD clearly reviews the subject of correctly preloading and tensioning bolts and explains how TurnaSure's latest generation of direct tension indicators are an invaluable tool in obtaining the proper and accurate clamping forces in bolts. What are direct tension indicators, DTIs? They're load cells, specially formed in the shape of a washer that fit either under the head or directly under the nut of a bolt or stud. A DTI has protrusions formed on the face of the washer, which plastically deform under the load. When the protrusions are flattened, visible by the eye, the resultant tension will safely meet the required minimum clamp load. TurnaSure has developed the design of the original load indicating washer, introduced originally in the UK more than 45 years ago. However, before describing these improvements and how they have contributed to achieving correctly tensioned bolts, I would like to answer the question so often asked as to why the use of TurnaSure compressible direct tension indicators are necessary. In late 2006, one of the most advanced independent testing laboratories in the European Union, called A+, located in Barcelona, Spain, and affiliated to the university there, conducted a study of high-strength bolted connections, the assemblies replicating field conditions. The connections were assembled and tightened in two sets, with and without TurnaSure's American manufactured DTIs. The bolt preloads generated were carefully monitored by using strain gauges. The results confirmed the reason why TurnaSure DTIs have been specified by structural engineers around the world for decades. All bolting assemblies where TurnaSure's DTIs were used achieved the required preload. When not used, the bolts were not correctly tightened. The bolts without DTIs failed to tighten even more severely where slight weathering was introduced, a common feature on so many construction sites. These under-tension bolts had been tightened by procedures similar to those specified for torque tightening in EN 1090-2, the new European standard. There is a section of this DVD entitled Questioning Torque, produced some years ago by TurnaSure's predecessors. The message, though, is as relevant today as it was then. Calibrated wrench or torque tightening methods and inspection methods can result in loosely bolted connections or assemblies, especially where there is a delay in the final stage of tightening. For those concerned with bolting quality assurance, this section is important. We are reminded that it is tension rather than torque that determines how tight a structural connection should be. DTIs measure tension only. What changes have been made by TurnaSure to make certain their new generation DTIs consistently tighten the preloaded bolt assemblies to the required clamp force? The new generation TurnaSure DTI protrusions are extruded, not stamped, as the original design. The dramatic comparison is shown with a cross-section of the protrusion of the original stamp product and the cross-section of our new design. Because the developed load depends on the displacement of steel with closely controlled mechanical properties, our new generation DTIs perform perfectly, whether dry, oiled, coated, or rusty. The new curved protrusions enable tightening under the nut without the need or cost of hardened washers under the nut or bolt head. Individual lot numbers are stamped on the DTIs. This enables the installed DTI to be traced to all manufacturing records and test certificates. As you can see from this typical test certificate, the patented protrusion geometry consistently shows accuracy of plus or minus 1% on the mean compression load. TurnaSure's DTIs are tested in an independent, accredited laboratory. The patented protrusion pockets are larger than the bumps, which mean that they can be fully flattened safely. There is no need for the installer to use feeler gauges. TurnaSure DTIs conform to and exceed the requirements of ASTM F959, British Standard 7644, and CEN Standard EN 14399-9, soon to be published. They are so accurate and easy to use. There's no need for any gimmicks like oozing colored paste, which is not covered or recognized by any current national standards. TurnaSure DTIs, used correctly, are a fail-safe device that ensures bolts are correctly tensioned. Here are 4 projects around the world where TurnaSure's new generation DTI have recently been used. 2 landmark buildings in Spain, the Repsol Tower and Crystal Tower in Madrid, the Hoover River Dam Bridge in Arizona and Nevada, and the International Airport in Dubai. We invite you to join these structural engineers or state departments of transportation who mandated TurnaSure's DTIs and gained all needed structural rigidity and bolting quality assurance.